Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today for this exclusive webinar with International Medical University. In today's webinar, it will be going on for 1 hour. For the first 30 minutes, we will be having a discussion about the university, and the next later part of the meeting, we will be having a Q&A session where you'll be able to ask your questions directly and we'll be answering them. Thank you all once again for joining, and over to you, Mr. Jihan.
Okay, thank you, Zahara. Thank you for having me here today. And good evening to all who are attending these sessions today. Perhaps let me introduce myself. My name is Jihan. I'm representing the International Medical University, Malaysia. And perhaps before I share more information about the university and the courses which we offer in the university, let me play a very short video clip to introduce the university. Okay. All right. Okay. Hang on. Okay. All right. Okay, so that is the short video introduction about the university. Welcome again to all who are attending. Perhaps those who came in late. Let me introduce myself again. My name is Jehan. I'm representing the International Medical University. So, so you can tell from the video, you can see some brief history about the university. Okay, IMU, we are actually Malaysia's first and also the most established private medical university in Malaysia. All right, and before IMU, there's no private medical university in Malaysia. We are the Malaysia first. Okay, the university was established in the year 1992 as a small college, all right, which is called International Medical College, not even a university. It's called IMC in short. Now we are called IMU. So it is in the year 1999, we transformed from a small college from IMC to IMU, all right? And not too long ago, last year, we celebrated our 30th anniversary. So that is a short history about the institute, okay? Something special about the university is that as of now, the university itself, we are a bit different from the rest because the programs which we offer mainly focus on medical and health sciences. Okay, we are a very focused university. As of now, we are not looking at anything related to engineering or computing or business, maybe in the future. But as of now, we are focusing in the area of medical and health sciences. That is what we are good at. That is what we are specialized at. Okay, therefore, we call ourselves 100% niche university focusing in this area. You see, the university, since we were established in 1992, we have been running medical program, okay? And when the medical program, we are running as a credit transfer option to many partner universities. As of today, we have many partner universities all the way from Canada, United States, UK, Ireland, China, Australia, and New Zealand. Okay, you may be wondering who are those partner universities. These are all the partner universities which I briefly mentioned. Okay, if you are familiar enough, you can tell some of these universities are well-known medical universities too. Okay, and of course, we also do offer other programs like Chinese medicine. You may be wondering why is China there? Because we also run Chinese medicine program with credit transfer option to China. Later, I will share with you more information about the courses. Okay, you can see these are all the different schools and center which is running in the university. We have the Center for Pre-University Studies, all right, which is running the Foundation in Science program. I will share with you about more of this program. We also have the School of Medicine. We have the School of Dentistry, the School of Pharmacy, the School of Health Sciences. We offer a range of health sciences program. And then we also have the Center for Complementary and Alternative Medicine. Later, you can see what are the alternative and complementary medicine courses which I'm talking about. Of course, we also do run some postgraduate studies as well. The way I would describe the university is like we are like a one-stop center for all the health sciences program. Just like the one-stop center you can find in healthcare, like in hospitals. When you go to the hospitals, you find all the professionals serving in the different sectors or in the healthcare. You can find the doctors, you can find the nurses, you can find the dentists. What else? You can find the laboratories, like those medical biotechnologists, the biomedical scientists, all right, and many more. Okay, and IMU is like running a hospital. Okay, because we in the university will produce many professionals serving in this healthcare sector. All right, so in IMU, we offer this Foundation in Science program. Foundation in Science program is a pre-university program, similar to something you can see in A levels. Okay, A levels. Of course, they are in the market. There are also other pre-university program like International Baccalaureate, the Canadian Year 12 program, the Australian Matriculation program, and many more. So Foundation in Science is what we offer as the pre-university program, mainly catering to students who completed the IGCSE O levels. Okay, if you have not done A levels and you would like to explore IMU, okay, coming to IMU, studying all the different undergraduate programs, you can consider this Foundation in Science, because this Foundation in Science program is to prepare the O-level IGCSE graduate into our undergraduate degree programs. Okay, intakes will be in April, July, September every year. Okay, and the requirement is pretty simple. It's mainly based on the O levels. Okay, if you are coming from other countries, then we will look at something like a year 11 or year 10. All right. Moving on, of course, as a medical university, you can't run away from medical program. This is where we started off. Okay. In our medicine program, in fact, we offer two different pathways. The student, they can choose to do all in IMU Malaysia itself for 5 years to complete everything in Malaysia IMU. Okay, that's why you can see this IMU MBBS. IMU stands for International Medical University. So you study all 5 years in IMU. And the other pathway, that is the credit transfer pathway to the partner medical school. As I showed you just now, we have many partners. When we started off 30 years ago, we started off our medicine program with credit transfer options to the partner university. It is in 1999 when we became a university, a full-fledged university. That is where we start offering our own IMU MBBS program. That means these credit transfer options existed even earlier, 30 years ago. Okay, and we have a rich experience in running this. For your information, IMU, we are the only university in the world which offer credit transfer options in medical program to this list of universities. And you're talking about prestigious medical university in the world, as you can see here. Okay, but in these credit transfer options, you will only study 2.5 years in Malaysia only. Okay, before you transfer to one of these partner universities to complete your clinical training. There you will spend between 2.5 to 3 years before you graduate from this university. The special thing is you will graduate with a certificate awarded by this university which you have transferred to. Okay, for information, seats are limited in both options. For the IMU MBBS program for 5 years in Malaysia, there's a quota given by our government where we can accept only 100 students, okay, for each intake. As for the credit transfer options, combining all these partner universities, we have a total of 100 medical seats as well. That means we will take only 100 students for this particular pathway. Okay, so therefore, when the student apply to us, they have to apply in advance. For information, intakes in February and September, you have to apply way before the intake commencement. For example, if you are planning to join February, that means you have to apply by now, okay, or latest by November, which is sometime next month. Okay, any students who apply late, we won't be able to guarantee there will be seats available. Okay, because the application process for medical program can be slightly a bit long because we need to do assessment on your qualification. We need to see your results to see whether you meet the requirement or not. For those who have met the requirement, they can proceed with the application and go through interview selection as well. Okay, so we encourage students to apply earlier for medical program. In fact, I mean, if you have the experience of applying to other medical universities, especially to UK, Australia, and others, you are required to apply even way earlier, at least 1 year ahead. Okay, so that is the intake which we offer in the medical program. Let me further share with you, okay, about the program structure. I believe a lot of you probably are looking at medicine program. So I will spend a bit time to explain this. Throughout the 5 years, there are a total of 10 semesters. Every semester will take roughly about 5 to 6 months to complete. That means 1 year, there are 2 semesters. Okay, 1 year, there are 2 semesters. From semester 1 to semester 5 will take 2.5 years to complete. All right. For those students who are taking the credit transfer option, you will spend your time in Malaysia in IMU from semester 1 to semester 5 prior to your transfer to the respective partner university. For those students who are taking the IMU MBBS option, the 5 years program, they will continue in Malaysia by continuing with semester 6 onward until the 10th. All right. The second part, which is from semester 6 to the 10th, it focuses on clinical training. Okay, it focuses on clinical training. When you do your clinical training, you will study in our clinical campus, as well as doing your training in the hospitals too. We are working with a few public hospitals in Malaysia. That is where our students will travel to do their clinical training. For those who go for the credit transfer option, they will do the clinical training in the partner universities, in the hospitals that is arranged by the partner universities. Okay, so this is a brief sharing about the program structure. Right? Not only you attend a theoretical class, you will also go through practical skill training. All right. For your information, we will expose our student with all the practical skill training right from the start, in order to prepare you to face the real environment. Because as you remember what I said, you will do clinical training in the hospital. You will be put into a real world situation. Right? But before you do that, we will give you all the necessary skills training, and to make sure you're all ready. In fact, you are required to pass an examination called the Objective Structured Practical Examination in the 5th semester, and you are required to pass that before you can go to the clinical training. Okay, so where do our students do the clinicals or the practical skill training? They will do it in this place, in this facility center called the CSSC. Okay, clinicals, which stands for Clinical Skill Simulation Center. All right. So yeah, we create the environment. It's like a mock environment, like what you see in a hospital. Okay, there will be mannequin as well. So the students, this is just one example. Okay, there are many other mannequins and models as well. So we also have a real person acting as like the real patients. Okay, and every patient, they will be given a specific clinical clinical situation. Okay, so the students are required to attend to these patients. The students learn the skills to interact with the patients, and then they have to give a report on the diagnosis on how to treat these patients. Okay, so it's problem-based learning style. Okay, we teach the student to deal with the situation, not only studying the theory, okay, but to deal with the situation, deal with the problem. Therefore, the approach is problem-based learning. Okay, you can see here. Okay, our students also are required to participate in other events, other activities like the extra curriculum activities, or you can involve yourself in a social community work and other projects. Okay, because we want our student to become an all-rounder. Okay, not just a student who is just focusing on academic, but also good in other areas. Okay, In fact, we encourage students to do this so that they can write a good portfolio, a good personal statement, especially if you are in the credit transfer options. With a good portfolio or personal statement, you'll be able to impress the partner universities. Okay, because in the partner universities, you will go through a matching process where you are going to select the universities which you want to transfer. And similarly, this university will also select the students. So they prefer all-rounder students. This is a picture of what happens a few years ago. Some of our staff and even students, they volunteered in this vaccination service project with the Ministry of Health during the pandemic. A couple of years ago, we know what happens for the past 2 years. Okay, so yeah, this is something what they do during the pandemic. They volunteered in this service. Okay, yeah, so it's not just studying, but also you are able to do this. Of course, it is all at the initiative of the student. We do not force the student, but we leave it to the student to do it. Okay, we want the student to take initiative in whatever they do. All right, so it is another example of a project done by our student in the past. So you can see our students, some of our students, it's not just medical students, but also students from other faculties, okay, from the Faculty of Dentistry, Nutrition, Health Sciences, okay, and many more. So they actually went to this rural area in Myanmar, okay, in Myanmar, okay. Yeah, you can see pictures at the bottom there. So there are some locals from Myanmar, the small village there. So they reach out to these people to give them a free medical checkup and some workshop with the locals there. And they did this. Okay. All right. So what you see here, this is just a example of the fees. Okay, the fees. You can see here, the fees for the IME MBBS and the fees for the partner universities are different, because for the fees in the IME MBBS program, where you are going to study all 5 years in Malaysia, therefore you pay the fees to IMU only. Okay, you are looking at around 13,000 per semester. There are a total of 10 semesters. So multiplied by 10, that is about 130,000. But for your information, the fees may subject to annual increase. For those students who plan to take up the credit transfer options, where you will only study 2.5 years in IMU, you will pay to IMU for the first 2.5 years. Okay, so the fees in dollars in one semester is about 14,000, depending on exchange rate. You pay to IMU up to the 5th semester. So after that, you will transfer to the partner university. You may transfer to the Australian universities. 1 year in Australian university is about between 70 to 80,000 Australian dollar per year. Okay, for 3 years, you have to multiply by 3. If you transfer to the partner university in Ireland, then you pay in euro dollar, about 30 to 39,000 euro dollar per year. Okay, for UK, we have many partner universities from UK, so the fees for each universities in UK varies. Okay, it is different from one to another. Some higher, some will be lower. Okay, so estimated is about between 50 to 60 over £1,000 per year. Okay, for New Zealand, you pay in New Zealand dollar, about 92,000 New Zealand dollar per year. Okay, this is just example of the fees for 2023. For information, fees is subject to increase on a yearly basis. So next year, there may be some slight changes to the fees as well, but there won't be a drastic changes. All right. So moving on, the School of Medicine, they also conduct other programs like the psychology program. Okay. For those who are interested in psychology, we have the psychology 3 years Bachelor Science program. We also have a credit transfer options, but only to these two. Currently, we are working with University of Newcastle and Strathclyde for these credit transfer options. Okay, that means, for example, University of Strathclyde, the arrangement will be 2+2, 2 years in IMU, 2 years in Glasgow, University of Strathclyde. Okay, and then we also offer a postgraduate program called the Master in Counseling, and recently we add on another program called the Clinical Psychology, mainly catering to students who graduated from the bachelor degree in psychology. Okay, so moving on, we have the School of Dentistry. School of Dentistry, similar to medicine, 5 years, you can study all in Malaysia. And we also have 5 partners from Australia, New Zealand, and UK, and Canada, right? Similar to the medicine program, it is 2.5 years in IMU and 3 years in these partner universities. Okay, yeah, seats are limited as well. It's even more limited than medicine program. For the IMU BDS program, the total number of students we can accept for this pathway is only 50 students. Okay, this is a quota set by our government. As for the partner university option, there is roughly about between 20 to 30 seats. So that means application can be quite competitive. Seats are limited. So therefore, we will also require all our students to go through interview selection as well. Okay, in medicine and dentistry, they are part of the application process is that all eligible applicants are required to go through interview selection process, and those successful candidates will only be given the offer of admissions. Okay, yeah, and for information, the dentistry program, we also will prepare the students right from the beginning. Okay, we will teach them all the practical skills right from year 1 as well, because in the second year, there is an assessment. If you pass this assessment, you can start treating patients, okay, from second year onwards. So by the time you graduate in the 5th year, you are all ready. You can work. You can, even if you have model, you can straight away open a clinic, okay, and become a dentist yourself. Okay, in Malaysia, the profession of dentistry is quite rewarding. Okay, because everywhere I go, whenever you want to see a dentist, you have to make an appointment. Okay, there's a great demand in Malaysia. Okay, I believe in other parts of the world as well. Okay, yeah, so over here we also have some postgraduate courses. All right, moving on, we have the School of Pharmacy program for 4 years with credit transfer option to University of Tasmania and Otago. And we also have another program called the Pharmaceutical Chemistry, which is only 3 years. Okay, with a credit transfer options to 2 universities, that is University of Sydney and University of Dundee, for one to complete a master's in pharmacy. Okay, yeah, the pharmaceutical chemistry pathway allow the student to transfer to these 2 universities to complete with a master in pharmacy. All right, because at the moment we do not have a master of pharmacy program. We have a 4 years pharmacy. That means a pharmacist basically graduate. A bachelor of pharmacy program, the graduates, they normally become a pharmacist. Pharmacist is basically one who prescribes medicine to patients. Whereas a pharmaceutical chemistry, they are not able to work in a clinical environment because their main focus is on laboratory skills. Okay, those are working in the lab. Pharmaceutical chemistry dealing with formulation and designing of medical products or drugs. Okay, to come up with products that is effective to treat different medical condition or disease. All right, yeah, pharmacists will be the one that prescribe medicine to patients, whereas a pharmaceutical chemistry graduate are not able to do so. So there is a short explanation on the difference on these 2 programs. All right. So yeah, for the School of Health Sciences, we offer a few health sciences program. Okay, among of it will be the biomedical science program and medical biotechnology program. Both also 3 years. Both also have credit transfer options. For the biomedical science, we have University of Otago, whereas medical biotech, we have the University of Strathclyde. Both programs, there are a lot of similarities because both programs are focused on clinical laboratory skills as well. If you like science, doing experiment, if you like discovery, okay, of new things, this is something you can consider. Okay, yeah. Biomedical science focusing on studying on human organ systems as well. So you understand the function of a human very well. Okay, normally a biomedical scientist, they will be employed to work in a clinical environment such as in the lab. Okay, just to give you a brief information or understanding what is it about. For example, let's say you are required to do a medical checkup, you go to see the doctor. Okay, the doctor, let's say the doctor will take a sample, or maybe a blood sample, or a urine sample, or a cell from your body. They will send to the lab for diagnosis, for investigation, to find out what problem you have with your health. Okay, with a report given to the doctor will know how to treat you. Okay, of course, this is just one simple example. Medical biotechnology, it covers even wider area. Okay, because if you look at the word biotechnology itself, basically is about using the knowledge of biology to come up with technology. Okay, why do we use technology? We use technology to help to deal with the problems in our lives. Okay, so the purpose is to come up with a solution, to come up with products to help people. Okay, because biotechnology can also advance into area like marine biotechnology, agriculture biotechnology, food biotechnology, industrial biotechnology, and many more. Here we are focusing in medical aspect. Okay, yeah, there are many things that we use today, medical products that we use today is also coming from this area. For example, products like insulin and vaccines. What else? DNA, because people study on DNA genetics. Okay, to help in the area of medical treatment. Okay, so this is just examples, right? If you're interested in this, you can look at courses like this. Okay, moving on, we also have dietetics with nutrition program and nutrition program. The difference is one is 4 years, one is 3 years. Okay, 4 years dietetics program, it is because it has a clinical component. Okay, graduates from dietetics with nutrition, they are able to work in a clinical environment such as in the hospital. Dietitians, basically, they work very closely with the doctor. Okay, so that they know the conditions of every patient, and with that, they will be able to prepare the right dietary plan for the patients. The patients also need to eat, okay, but they need to eat the right food, right? A nutritionist can be an advisor or consultant to all people, okay, to educate people, to advise people in healthy living through healthy eating. Okay, dietitians and a nutritionist, they can also work with sportsmen, those who involved in sports, okay, to come up with a dietary plan to help them to achieve the maximum performance in their sports, okay, and many more. This is just example, right? So in these two programs, we also have credit transfer options to this university, as you can see here. All right. Moving on, we also, under the School of Health Science, we also have the nursing program, okay, nursing program and dietetics diabetes management and education, but this is a postgraduate program. All right, nursing, you know what is nursing? Basically, a nursing graduates, they graduate to become a nurse. They work in the hospital, okay, taking care of patients. I would say it's a very noble job. I think in Middle East countries, a nurse is in great demand, and they pay well to nurses to work in the Middle East. Okay, I have friends who graduated from nursing program. A lot of them went over to the Middle East countries, like in Saudi, in Qatar, in Kuwait, in UAE, and many others. They are working there. I saw a lot of I do travels to these countries quite frequent. I do met some of them. Okay, in this nursing service. All right. So moving on, we have this center called the Center for Complementary and Alternative Medicine. In this faculty, or in this center, there are two programs. Okay, the chiropractic. I'm not sure whether you heard about this or not. Probably in Asia is still pretty new, but in countries like in Europe, in the US, Canada, in Australia, this chiropractic is a common practice. Okay, a chiropractic, they are not really a doctor. Okay, we call them the chiropractor. Okay, a chiropractor mainly give treatment to patients who suffer from injuries related to muscular and skeletal section. Okay, and through their service, through their treatment, there is no involvement of any medical products or surgery. Okay, it's all through physical body adjustment. Okay, it is gaining popularity nowadays. Okay, for example, people are seeking treatment from the chiropractor because they always suffer from body injuries like back ache, neck neck pain, and many more. Okay, for example, common issues like backache, probably due to our lifestyle or maybe due to our postures. Sometimes, for example, we carry a heavy object, but if we do it in an incorrect posture, we will injure our back. All right. Our whole body is supported by the spine and also the core muscle. If our core muscle is weak, then we put a lot of strain on the bone, our backbone, the spine, and then surrounding the spine, there are a lot of nerves, sensitive nerves. If there is any misalignment to the backbone, you put a pressure on the nerve. In long term, it will cause inflammation, and therefore we feel pain. All right, or it can be due to our daily activities. Like for example, we spend a long time on our tablet or laptop or phones, so it actually put a lot of strain on our neck as well. Okay, so yeah, therefore a lot of people suffering from this, they are seeking treatment from the chiropractor. For information, IMU, we are the only university in the whole of Malaysia and also in the whole of Southeast Asia which offer this program. And our chiropractic program is also accredited by the CCEA, the Chiropractic Council of Education Australasia. Okay, for whoever graduated from a program that is accredited by this CCAA, you can work anywhere where they recognize this council. Okay. Moving on, we have this Chinese medicine. Chinese medicine is opposite of Western medicine. 5 years or so, Chinese medicine, they basically they use herbal medicine, okay, as compared to those medicine that's prescribed by the pharmacies. Okay, and then they also have other treatment method, traditional treatment method like the acupuncture, the tuina, the moxibustion, like the cupping, and many more. Okay, so we are working with a few partner universities from China as well for this, for the credit transfer options. All right. So yeah, basically that is the brief explanation on the courses, undergraduate courses which we offer. I'll quickly show you the facilities in INU. This auditorium currently is the biggest hall in the university. Normally it will be used for events like orientations, even convocations. Sometimes we have any special functions. We also use this venue. All right, it can be used for classes as well. All right. Multi-purpose hall, we call it the Chancellor Hall, can be used for exams, classes. Clinical Skill and Simulation Center, I briefly mentioned that earlier on in my slide. So the short form is called CSSC. This is to mimic the real environment like in the hospitals. This is where we prepare the students in the initial stage before they go to the real clinical hospital environment. Of course, every university will have computer lab. This is ours. Library. Okay, we have a medical museum. This is where we place all the plastic models. Okay, all the mannequins. Okay, for those students who are studying body anatomy, they will use this space. In fact, we also use other technologies. We have interactive medias, touchscreen, which is not shown in these pictures. There are tablets. Because there are some applications and programs we can use, okay, to study on the body anatomy, no longer on physicals. We no longer using physical dead bodies like the cadavers. We don't use that anymore. In fact, in Malaysia, it's not cheap to get a cadaver to study. All right, and it's more hygienic to study using all these models rather than a dead body. Okay. The university also offer healthcare service, not just education. We also run our own medical center. All right, this is a medical clinic which is open to everyone, to the public. For those who are not feeling well or they are feeling sick, they need to see the doctor. They can come here and make an appointment and see the doctor. All right, oral health center. Okay, this is a clinic, a dental clinic, open to everyone as well. Okay, to the publics. This is where our dental students do their practical skill training as well. This is where they treat the patients. For those who pass assessment in the second year, they can come here and start treating the patients. All right. Of course, we also have a licensed dentist, not a student, but a licensed dentist who are giving treatment as well. Okay, student lounge, which is like a hangout area, dance room for activities, gymnasium for one to do workout. We also have a basketball court, which I didn't show the pictures over here. These are pictures of the entrance to the main campus. Okay. And this is the campus in Kuala Lumpur City. And we also have clinical campus in another state, in this town called Seremban, which is about 1 hour drive away from Kuala Lumpur City. Because next to the clinical campus, there is government hospitals. Okay, government hospitals. All right, we have a few more in other states. Okay, we provide accommodation as well. Okay, so the accommodation actually located in this apartment, and this apartment is located across the campus only. Okay, if you see in the picture at the bottom, there's a shadow. That basically that is a shadow of the building which I shown you earlier. So for students who stays here, they basically walk. Okay, it's convenient because you do not need to take any form of transportation. You just commute to the campus by walking. Okay, it's just a few minutes walking distance. Okay, so yeah, that is the quick introduction of the courses which we offer. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. All right, you can also put your question in the chat box, the Q&A.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jehan, for the Thank you very much, Mr. Jian, for that very
Yes.
informative presentation.
Yeah.
Let's quickly move on to the Q&A session now, where we'll be
Mhm.
answering the questions of the students.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we have the first question by Arhant. They want to know
Mhm.
regarding the transfer to the UK and Australian universities, is it
Mhm.
guaranteed? And
Yeah.
will the degree be recognized in India after the transfer?
Okay, let's talk about the transfer to UK and Australian universities. Okay, for those students who obtain the offer, that means those students who has met the requirement and passed the interview in the application stage, when they are given the offer, that means they are given a seat in the program. If you take up the offer and pay the fees, with that, a seat will be secured for you. If you recall what I mentioned earlier on, there are limited seats of 100 places in the credit transfer options. Okay, if let's say you apply to us and we give you one seat and you have taken up a seat, so one seat will be guaranteed for you. Okay, and that means a balance of 99 places for other students. Until all 99 places are fully taken by other applicants, we will stop there. Okay, by this, we will guarantee each and every of the 100 students a place to transfer. So the question is, the answer to the question is yes, it will be guaranteed. Okay, will the degree be recognized in India? Okay, that is something you will need to check with the medical council in India, the NMC. Okay, the National Medical Commission in India, because wherever you go, if you want to practice in that country, you are subject to fulfill the requirements set by the professional bodies or the government authorities. Okay, yeah, and policy may change. Whether is recognized or not, I would say maybe not all, but some of the partner universities in Australia and UK are recognized, but I wouldn't say all. Okay, but I think they are also in the midst of changing the policy. Yeah, because I see they change it from time to time. So it is always a good practice for you to check with the respective medical council from time to time. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Um,
I just want to add one thing that
Yeah.
those who are looking for uh, I mean studying abroad, make
Mhm.
sure that you have to check with NMC, because
Yeah.
if they cannot accept the degree from UK and Australia,
Mm.
then what will they accept? No, because these
Mm.
are the top tier universities in the world. No, UK,
Yeah.
Australia, New Zealand, Ireland. No.
Mhm.
And these universities, when you ask them that are you approved by the NMC, they said we don't care. We are a world class university. We are approved by UK GMC. We are approved by this US State University. Everything. So that's up to you to decide. No, but
Mm.
if you want to follow the requirement of the NMC, you have to check with them carefully, and they change the policy time to time.
Yeah.
So we have to check with them very carefully. Please do not come back to us later on and say that that is not approved. That's your job to search yourself and to confirm with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
let me add on, for those Indian students who wish to go back to India to practice, one thing for sure is that you have to do the NEET examination. Okay, yeah, you have to do the NEET examination, and even back in those days, many years ago, they also requires the students who study abroad. Okay, that means outside India, to apply for this eligibility certificate as well. Okay.
I mean, moving on this one, either you
Mhm.
provide the NEET certificate, or you have to provide the affidavit from the court and from this one that you know the requirement very well, and you are going there on your own will to go abroad without NEET. No, you have to provide a certificate. No, either NEET
Mhm.
certificate or a stamped oath from the court that you know the requirement very well, and you are voluntarily going there. No,
Mhm.
right?
Oh, yeah.
okay. Moving on to the next question by Arhant again. They want to
Yeah.
know when should the students be applying if they want to transfer the credits for UK universities either in September
Mhm.
2024 or Feb 2025.
Okay. All right. The thing is, we need the student to decide the pathway when they apply, okay? Because the student will transfer after 2.5 years. So before they even they even start the first semester, okay, you have to apply for the pathway because we have to secure for you a seat first. But in the selection process or the matching process, that means the selection of university, that will take place in the 4th semester, in the 2nd year. Okay, if I can show you the, okay. Yeah, this one, if you see here, okay, those students who are in the credit transfer options, you will transfer to the partner university after the 5th semester. But in the 4th semester, you will go through the matching process. During the matching process, you will select the partner universities. Okay, you can select all the partner universities from UK, Australia, Ireland, and New Zealand, but you rank your choice. You tell us one by one, by indicating which is your first choice university, which is your second, which is your third, which is your fourth, followed by the rest. Okay, this university will also select you by looking at your performance from the first 3 semesters. So by the end of the matching process, you will know whether you successfully transferred or matched to the Australian university or UK university or not. But as long as you pass, surely you'll be able to transfer to one of the universities because a seat has been guaranteed for you. Okay, yeah, as long as you pass, you will transfer. Even if you don't do that well, but you pass your examination, you will still transfer because, let me repeat again, we guaranteed you a seat. Okay, it's only when you fail, then you are not able to do so. Okay, I hope I answered the questions. Yeah.
Okay, one more thing. One more thing I would like to add that if you are a British national and if you choose UK, you cannot transfer to UK because
Yes.
being a British national, you cannot do. Similarly, if you are an Australian national and if you want to transfer to Australia, you cannot. No. So, so please mention this also. Yeah.
Yeah, especially those who are holding a dual nationality. Let's say you are maybe let's say let me use myself as example. I'm a Malaysian. If I have an Australian PR, okay, I will not be able to be matched to the Australian universities. So therefore, my choice will be to UK and Ireland. Okay, if let's say I am a British, okay, I'm a British, I want to take up the credit transfer options. I won't be able to be matched to the partner university in UK and Ireland, but my options will be to New Zealand and Australia. Okay, so this is just an example. Okay, it's good that Dr. Kadri, you bring up this matter. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Moving on to the next question by Hisham. They want to know that they have a 2-year nursing diploma in Egypt and they want to pursue a bridging program to complete the academic education. Is it possible? Do you have a program to help with that?
Okay. You see, in nursing program in Malaysia is considered professional because it's controlled by the professional body, the Nursing Board of Malaysia. From what I understand, they do not allow credit transfer. That means for whatever you have done in your diploma, it won't be able to transfer to our side. That means you will have to start from the beginning of the 4 years nursing program if you fulfill the requirement. Okay, is the certificate accredited in the UAE or globally? I can't say it's globally, but at least I think in UAE it is possible because we have in the past students who graduated and then they are able to obtain the practicing certificate to work in the Middle East, like in UAE as well. Okay, are you looking? I presume that you're looking at the nursing program. Can I study online? Nursing program can't be done online because it involves a practical training. Okay, you can't do training online. You need physical hands-on training. Okay, in the hospitals too. How much is the tuition fee per year? Or how long does it take to receive the certificate? The certificate is awarded during the convocation. Convocation every year we have 2. One is somewhere in May and one is in November. The tuition fee, okay, the tuition fee probably I'll share with you the fees by sharing you the brochures. Then you'll be able to find the fees for the nursing program. Offhand, I don't have because I have too many courses, different courses, the fees are different. Okay, but the fees may subject to changes next year for the nursing program. So perhaps what you can do is you can come back to us or contact Kadri International, and then hopefully we can share with you the information for 2024. Okay,
Yes.
once we have the
Um,
information finalized by the end of the year. Okay.
Yes, definitely. I'll be
Yeah,
sharing the contact details in the chat box below as
sure.
well. So students, you can
Okay.
refer to that. In the
Yeah.
meantime, let's move on to the next question by Yusuf.
Okay.
They want to know
Mhm.
where can they do the internship? Would it have to
Mhm.
be in their home country or can they do it in Malaysia itself?
Mhm.
And is
Yeah.
it possible to do the internship in the UK directly after the 5 years of med?
Okay. Internship is definitely not possible in Malaysia because the Malaysian do not allow it. If you want to go back to your home country, then you need to check with the professional body or the government authority in your country. Okay, I don't know where you're from. And for those students who let's say they match to the UK universities, okay, and they graduated in UK, they can apply for the internship in UK. They need to register and fulfill whatever criteria that is set by the professional body in UK, that is the GMC, General Medical Council. And from what I understand, you also need to pass the UK MLA too, the UK Medical Licensing Examination, which I think they are going to implement in the final year of the exam. Okay.
Okay.
All
Then
right.
Yusuf also wants to know what are the A-level entry requirements for biotechnology and biomedicine program?
Okay, for the minimum is we're looking at science subject like biology subject, chemistry, mathematics, all that. Minimum we can accept for biomedical science is 2C, 1D. Sorry, sorry. Okay, 1C, 2D. That is the lowest we can accept. Okay, for both the medical biotechnology and biomedical science. Okay, minimum grade of 1C, 2D.
Okay. Then we have a question by Ms. Suha. They want to know what is the name of the university in Canada which students can transfer the credits for medicine and dentistry, and how many years of the student can make the transfer to Canada, and what is the tuition fees like?
Okay. We only have one partner university from Canada for dentistry program only. That is Dalhousie University in Nova Scotia. I mean, Canada is very big. It's in this state of called Nova Scotia. The Nova Scotia is actually in location, geographical location is quite near to the state of New York in US. Okay,
It's in Halifax, no?
Yeah.
The state called Halifax, no? The city called Halifax.
Correct. So, but for medicine program, no. How many years would that be? The arrangement would be 2.5 years in IMU and 3 years in Canada. Okay, how much is the fees in Canada? Okay, if you don't mind, I can show you. Let me just go to the brochure. I just please share with you.
Okay, you can tell them later on because we are running out of time, no? So
okay.
we can take a quick questions now.
Yeah. For Canada, a quick one is 85,000 Canadian dollar. Okay, 85 per year. Okay, 85,000 Canadian dollar.
Yeah, moving on to the next question by Khadija. They want to know when should they apply for the 2024 September intake?
In general, we advise students to apply 2 to 3 months before. But if you are applying for medical and dentistry program, that will be 4 months before the intake. If you are doing medicine and you want to join September intake, then you should apply, if can, before May. Okay, before May. Is UCAT a requirement? UCAT is not a requirement. We do not need UCAT.
All right. Then Malavika wants to know, is there a specific medical entrance exam test that the students should write before they apply to IMU?
At the moment, we do not need any medical entrance examination.
But there is an MMI, interview, no? I mean, it's not an
Interview,
exam, but an MMI, yeah.
yes. Yeah, interview is required. Interview is required.
There will be five MMI, interviews there. So you have to pass
okay.
those interviews, no? Yeah.
Actually, no. Actually, the session will be 30 minutes, 6 questions. Six
Yes.
questions. So each question will be 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For the MMI.
Okay. Then Arhan wants to know, will the students know about the acceptance to the partner university at the time of admission itself?
You will know somewhere towards the end of the matching process. That will probably by end of the 4th semester or early 5th semester. Surely before the end of the program.
Okay. We have another question by Ms. Soha. They want to know, if the student makes a transfer credit to Canada University, the final certificate will be from IMU or Canada?
It will be from the partner university, the Canadian partner university.
Let me clarify one thing, that all the partner universities, once you transfer after 2.5 years, all the degrees will be awarded by that particular university. If you are going to UK, that will awarded by UK. Similarly, the same thing for Australia, Canada, New Zealand, or Ireland. So IMU just provide you the first 2.5 years, but the degree, all the internship will be done there.
Okay.
Okay. Then Abigail wants to know, if they get a seat in any partner university and if they already have a PR over there, will the fees differ, especially for Canada or New Zealand?
Okay. I think just now Dr. Kadri mentioned that if you have the PR of that country, you cannot, let's say you are a Canadian PR and you want to be matched to the Canadian university, unfortunately, you cannot do so. Yeah. So you can only select other countries. If you are Australian PR, then you cannot be matched to the Australian or New Zealand university.
Okay. Then Ahmed wants to know, is private accommodation guaranteed for new international students?
It's not guaranteed, but because there are limited, options as well. Okay, so we always tell the student to book earlier. Okay, if let's say if finished, then you have to find your own arrangement for the accommodation. What is the acceptance rate for? Yeah, what is the acceptance rate for MBBS? As long as you fulfill the requirement and you pass the interview, and if the seats are available, you get it. All right. But of course, we will also prefer students who come with the better results. That is why we select students through the interview.
Okay. Then the next question is by Ahmed. They want to know, what about the foundation year? Do after graduation students will be available to join the year one in the same country of the partner medical school? Is that possible?
Okay, if let's say your question is after foundation, you want to apply directly to the partner university, I won't be able to speak on behalf of the partner university. It's up to the partner university to accept the foundation. Okay, our arrangement with the partner university is by way of credit transfer. Whether you can use the foundation to go there directly is up to the university there to accept.
Okay. Then Yusuf wants to know if they already have a family in Halifax. So is IMU in partnership with Dalhousie University?
Yes, we have partnership with Dalhousie University for the dentistry program.
Okay.
But we won't be able to guarantee that.
Yeah.
You won't be able to guarantee. But if you are a Canadian PR, you cannot be matched to the Canadian university.
Yeah, okay. And Ahmed wants to know, can they apply with predicted A-level grades?
Yes, for example, if let's say you want to join the September intake medicine program, for example, or other health sciences program, you can apply earlier by submitting a predicted grades or a forecast grade issued by your school. Okay. You have to apply, and then we give you conditional offer. The condition is, when your result is released to you, you have to prove to us, you have to show your result by proving to us that you fulfilled the requirement of the respective programs.
Okay. Then we have another question by Ms. Noor. They want to know,
Yeah.
should the students take chemistry for A levels for medicine and biotechnology? As
Yeah.
their daughter took 8 O-level subjects, including
Mhm.
chemistry, but in AL she studies physics, bio, and maths.
Mhm. Okay. Should okay, for medicine program, chemistry and biology are the compulsory subjects. Okay, these two are the compulsory subject. The third subject is physics or maths. Okay, for medicine program, if if you have A levels, we purely look at A levels. We do not look at your O levels. Okay.
And for biotechnology?
Biotechnology, if you do not have chemistry, is fine. But the requirement is just like I mentioned, the grade of CDD. Actually, out of the 3 subjects, they want 2 subjects from the science. So it can be bio, it can be physics, or it can be chemistry. If you don't have chemistry, then make sure you have a biology and physics.
Okay. Then Arhat just wants to confirm that if they apply to the partner university, it's
Mhm.
guaranteed that they're going to get
Mm.
in, but not the university of choice, right?
Yes, correct. Because it all depends on your performance. I won't be able, I can guarantee you a seat, but I cannot guarantee on which university because it all depends on your performance. Because it's up to that university to select you based on how you have performed. Mm.
Okay. We have another question by Fatma. They want to know that if they don't obtain the required grades,
Mhm.
can they study for the foundation program?
Yes, actually, for foundation leading to the respective undergraduate program, it has its own requirement as well. As long as you fulfill that requirement, yes, we accept. Because the minimum requirement for courses like medicine, dentistry, pharmacies, you need to have at least 5 Bs. Bs in biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, and another subject. Okay.
Okay.
If you only have 5 Cs, then you are not you can't proceed to do any of these foundation leading to this program. But minimum requirement into foundation is actually 5 Cs, but for other health sciences programs. So it depends what you want to do.
Okay, but let me explain. After the foundation, also, I
Yeah.
mean, you need to be very good because it's quite tough, and the requirement is very high. Foundation does not guarantee that you will get admission in year 1 unless
Yeah.
you perform very very well. It's not
Yeah.
easy, no.
You have to, you have to meet a certain CGPA grade requirement. Okay, different courses, different requirement. And for information, the foundation course, the assessment structure is a 50% coursework, 50% examination. Unlike A levels, A levels will be
Okay.
purely
Let's take the
examination.
last couple of questions now before we
Okay.
wrap up the session.
Sure.
Juhi wants to know what are the entry requirements for predicted IB scores and does this count the core points as well?
Okay, then I need to know what program she wants to do because different programs, the IB score requirement is different.
Assuming medicine.
Medicine,
Yeah.
okay. Medicine based on IB, you must have at least 33 points, minimum 5 points in the subject, and you must have biology, chemistry, and mathematics at higher level. Okay, if you do not have these 3 subjects at high level, unfortunately, we are not able to consider you because this is the latest requirement set by our Ministry of Higher Education.
Okay. Then Arhad also wants to know, will a case arise, for example, when none of the partner university accepts for the credit transfer, what happens then?
Will a case arise when none of the partner university, it never happens before. The thing is, yeah, it never happens before.
Okay. But if it does, then they can continue their studies at IMU itself, right?
You see, we have 100 seats. So we guarantee each and every of the 100 students to transfer. So as long as they pass, they will transfer to one of these university. Okay, it's just that which one. Okay.
Okay.
So because you
Uh,
see, in every batch of students, they are very good students, they are average students, and they are the medical students. So if your performance is not too good, you may not be able to match to those competitive universities. then you can select whatever universities that is left for you to choose. Okay, yeah.
Okay, and as a follow-up to Yusuf's question, they want to
Yes.
know if we were talking about 5 Cs in A-level or O-level for foundation.
Foundation. A-levels, you only study 3 subjects.
Okay. Then Yasin wants to know what are the requirements for studying medicine for the American diploma.
Okay, unfortunately, we are not able to accept American high school diploma for entry into the medicine program. Okay, we may be able to consider on a case-to-case if you have a certain advanced placement subject. I won't be able to tell you straight away. We will have to assess it on a case-to-case basis for American high school diploma, because in general, American high school diploma is not accepted into our medicine program. Because in USA itself, American high school diploma is not accepted for direct admission into a medical degree. Because in US, after you finish your American high school diploma, you have to do a basic degree, maybe another degree, but not medicine. Maybe like a bachelor's science in example, like biomedical science. Upon the completion of this degree, then you use the degree to apply for medicine. Okay, yeah.
Okay. And as mentioned before, to check your eligibility and all the rest of the things as well, you can use the contact details mentioned in the chat. Let's take the last question by Fatma. They want to know if they want to enter the medicine program in the surgery department, but they got 3 Cs in mathematics, chemistry, and physics. Can they enter the specialty course?
I presume these 3 Cs is from A-levels. Unfortunately, we are not able to accept 3 Cs because minimum requirement is 3B. It's 3 Bs only. And then you must have biology. I think I saw there is no biology subject inside. So no biology we cannot accept. And minimum is 3B or ABC for entry into, as the requirement, entry into the IMU MBBS. For the credit transfer options, for those who wants to transfer to the partner universities, is at least 1A, 2B, the grade of L1A, 2B. Yeah.
Okay. With that question, I think we have answered all the open questions successfully. If there were students, if there was anything that we have missed or weren't able to answer, then please feel free to contact us over the chat, contact details shared over the chat. And thank you everyone for joining. I think this is where we can wrap up the session as well. Thank you, Mr. Jigan, for taking time out of your schedule and joining us as well.
Okay. Yeah, I also want to thank everyone who attends these sessions. If you have any further questions, you can always approach Kadri International, talk to Dr. Kadri, or approach Zahara, and then they'll come back to us. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Wong.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for for joining us. Hope to see some of you there on campus. No, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kadri and Zahara, for hosting this session.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Okay, take care, everyone. Bye.